Bismillah, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. First of all, let's thanks to our God, Allah Subhanahu wa Ta'ala, the Lord of the world, who has been giving us messages and blessings so you can watch this video from your home without any troubles and obstacles. Secondly, may peace and salawat always be with our Prophet Muhammad Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, who has guided us from the darkness of shirk to the brightness of tawhid. Okay, everyone. Okay, everyone, without any further ado, let's open our webinar by reciting Basmalah. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Thank you very much. May our weekend Tech Talk series run well from the beginning until the end. Amin. Inshallah. Alright, before we start the weekend Tech Talk series, I will introduce myself first. My name is Naufal Rabbani, 10th grade students, IDN Boarding School Solo, as host in this series. And as a facilitator, Nur Ihsan Ghifari, 10th grade students, will share you about how to use Git Basic.
Assalamualaikum. Hello everyone.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Thank you Nofar Rabbani for having me in this webinar. Today I'm going to explain about Git basics. I hope you are ready.
Okay, so for Nur Ihsan Ghifari, time is yours.
Sorry. Okay. Thank you Nofar Rabbani for having me in this webinar. And today I'm going to explain about what Nofar Rabbani has mentioned before, which is Git. So first I'm going to explain about what Git is. Git is some kind of something called as a version control system that allows you to manage versions of your source code. You mostly heard stuff like if you're an IDN student, you usually used to upload your projects or your code to GitHub to something like VS Code, to the Git command line interface, to I don't know, to upload it to Netlify or to Vercel or to so that your teachers or your staff can see your project. But that's as far as we understand about Git. But Git is really, really diverse. It's really, really big. It has a lot of commands. It has complex structures and it has a lot of complex commands that we don't really learn, but we actually really need it because Git is really used everywhere. Most projects like big software, something like Minecraft, like Linux, for example, they use Git. Git is everywhere. Git is used to, as I've mentioned before, to kind of version your source code. So, and collaborating, of course. Uh, when you have one source code and you have a big team, you can't just pass the source code around to other people. You can't just have the source code being saved on one device and other people to be like copy the code and then modify them and then send it to the other person to do some kind of modification on their own. I mean, it works nicely, but it's not really scalable. What if your team has like 5 person? What if there's 5 people in your team and you want you know, to kind of collaborate on one source code? The problem is that if one person, for example, has the source code, the others can't edit it because the one that's editing is only that person. That person editing, everyone can't edit it because if one's edits the source code, then those source codes don't match, and it's kind of hard to match because they don't track what they change. They just write code and just leaves it. So that's what Git kind of addresses. Git is a distributed version control system that allows people to collaborate together and to basically have a distributed some kind of source code. So, for example, you have in one server a Git server that has a lot of some kind of So, for example, you have one here server, and a few. So, for example, with my previous analogy, for example, there's no Git, there's no like this Git. Oh wait, sorry, that there's no Git or anything. There's just one code. For example, the source code is on this person. Then the other person can edit it because if this thing modified changes and somebody edits it, these versions don't match, and it's kind of hard to kind of get the changes between these Okay, I'm sorry, everyone. So somehow my internet got disconnected right there at that moment. I have no idea how. I mean, there's a lot of Wi-Fi problems here, so I'm sorry about that. Let's continue our Git thing. Okay, so where did I left off? I think I was mentioning about installing Git or something. So yeah, in my Fedora Linux system, I would install Git using dnf sudo dnf install Git. But since I have Git already installed, it shows me that it's already installed. On Windows, you may use some like Choco or Git Bash UI. You can install it from git-scm.com. On macOS, you could use Homebrew or something like that. Or maybe you could use the built-in Git in your editor or something like in VS Code, where you could have Git already installed, like you can push directly without downloading any binaries of Git. It just has Git built in. So I'm going to kind of demonstrate you about how to use Git. First, I'm going to clone my repository that I've made in GitHub. Oh yeah, I have to mention that Git and GitHub are different. GitHub is the server, like platform, like some like Facebook of source code. But like Git is a software in your computer that allows you to communicate with that server. To like, for example, make a post, make a posting, update your profile picture, something like that. But it's not like the server. The server is like the thing that stores the source code, and Git is like the command that like the tool to interact with that server. So we're going to use git clone. Clone HTTPS. My name is Foobar. It's a private repository. May make it public if you need it. So yeah, this is a really simple repository that I've made 1 hour ago. I was preparing for WTT and it's just like let's make a repository so I can demonstrate stuff. Okay, we use this by clone. So cloning is an operation that kind of for example there's this Git server, this GitHub. Very good handwriting. So this me. Since I don't have the source code, this thing has the source code. I'm going to use clone to clone so I can retrieve the source code on myself, a copy source from the server. So I'm going to do this to clone this foobar. Answer, and you'll see this. Clone to foobar, and we're done. We can then change our directory to the foobar directory, and we have the same source code. Yep, we have cloned the repository completely. So now we're going to make some changes as programmers do. Some programmers usually make changes into like to add a feature, to modify some features, remove features. Like for example, adding a new button, maybe removing a feature, or maybe fixing a bug. In this case, I'm going to create a new file. It's called hello. This file, maybe I'm going to write something like hello world. Added a new feature. Then save it and quit. List files, and you'll see hello. Yep, there's hello world and a new feature. This, as you can see, there's this kind of question mark and one. I'm using a shell called GSH that with all my GSH with some power line stuff, power level 10k installed, so it shows me this. But in you might not show because this is like a shortcut for me. So for those that don't have something like this, you can use get status to view your commits, like your changes. I can see untracked files because I've added new file and hello. This in this previous repository there was a no hello file. I made a new hello, so it's untracked. To commit this to kind of so Git. I need to explain this. So Git has three stages. First is a file and untracked file. So file untracked file is that a file that has been added but not pushed to a repository. So it's like it's only on your device and it's not being like it's just there. It's not tracked. It's not doing anything. So to add, then the next stage is the staging process. So in Git, there's like unstaged files and staged files. When you want to commit, you want to create a new commit. So like in GitHub, there's a lot of commits there, and you also basically copy the same commit. These are equal, and you want to create a new commit. For example, you can first git commit before you can actually commit this thing. You have some untracked files. These are in like unstaged. but you then need to stage them so you can add them to your commit. This is to kind of prevent some ambiguity where you have a file, an untracked file, and you want to commit, but you want to kind of commit specific files or specific lines of the files, not just the whole file. Because, for example, uh, you kind of added a lot of features to your app, but then you forgot to commit. So you decided to kind of, so I want to commit like these specific files because they added a specific feature. For example, you have made two features, they may be added in separate files, so you only want to commit these like uh the first few files, but then the later files will be in a new commit. That's how it is. So first we're going to, so this hello file is currently in the stage of unstaged. It's on track, it's on stage, it's not on the repository, and it's on stage. To stage them, so like prepare them to commit, we're going to do git add hello error. Any, if you see git status again, you could see that git file changed to be committed. New file, hey, it's staged. Nice. Now we're going to commit this file. After we have staged this file or we've prepared the file to be committed, we're going to do git commit. Just do git commit and then error. You'll be prompted with a editor, something like Nano or like text editor like Notepad. I have no idea in other operating system, but in this my Linux Fedora, I have NVim or NeoVim installed, so I use Vim. But it basically does the same thing. It just edits text. So in this text editor, you could basically write how like what you want to like the message of the commit. For example, a commit message has like added a new feature, like added a new button, added a new like maybe added a new, I don't know, a background, added a new image, maybe removed a few features, maybe modified a feature, maybe you could uh change some stuff, you could do a lot of things, you could maybe fix a bug and etc. Now in this message, it basically kind of describes what your comments are, what comment is, just to connect new file. So here I'm going to write add a new file called hello with a new smiley face. You save this file and then boom, we committed this thing. So after we've committed, let's not forget that we are in our local system. We have added a new commit, but it's not on the server. When we like refresh on the GitHub, it's not there because it's on our local computer. Because we kind of made a new commit, as you can see here. You can see git status, very clean. But your branch is ahead of original by one commit, means that the branch is one less commit than yours. So in this case, you could do git push to push the commit in your local branch to the origin. Press enter and then push. It's pushing, waiting a bit, and there it is. To main done. We refresh this page and there it is, our hello text with our new cool hello thing. This, our text and our change. So commits, as I have previously mentioned, is basically a change. This thing is called a patch. So for example, you want to modify hello. For example, you want to remove these texts. Say it was only just hello world, and you save it. Get add hello, add hello, get commit, remove, let's save, get push. As you can see in this repository, if then you commit, wrong file, I'm sorry, we remove the text, but you can see this commit, we remove this text. Yep. So a patch file is basically kind of way to modify stuff. Uh, so like one patch file, when you apply it to another file, it will kind of change the file in some way or form. It can delete text, it can add text, it can modify text, stuff like that. Here in GitHub, you can view your commits by pressing this thing. You can see I made this simple text and call it class of help. You can also view in your local branch using git log. this text, and then if I got hello, she'll commit. Absolutely awesome. So now that we have learned how to push stuff, let's kind of hmm, see like see get diff. Oh, I'm sorry. Let's change some stuff in hello. Let's add high wall there. When you press get diff, when you write get diff, you can see that change there. I forgot to mention this before. So in this get diff command, you can see like the changes that you've made in like your previous commit. For example, you don't have this commit and you're like modifying stuff. It kind of Git kind of calculates the differences between when you changed with the previous commit, and it generates a diff that will then be added into commit once you've pushed it. Very nice. Okay, now that we've done these stuff, what if we want to like reverse our changes? Like what if we maybe for example we deleted this text, like oh no, the text gone. Like how do we restore it? Since Git I mean since Git is a version control system, it could remove the hello file. It can kind of restore the file into a previous state using git restore. And then it stays, yep, it got back to the previous commit from other text. Nice. So let's uh, continue by doing okay. E. So this E option in git commit, I mean, sorry, sorry. Wrong trick. Okay. So for example, you made a commit, you pushed a commit to the upstream, and you wanted to change some stuff, but you couldn't because it's already committed. So in Hey, Git has an awesome feature called amending. So for example, you have this hello world text, and you want to write some stuff like hello. Uh, Maybe you made a typo like hello. I don't know. Hello everyone. Okay? You want to change this text, but you don't want to make a clean commit, you can do something like git amending by switching to stage your file, and then you git commit amend m. Here you could you're going to kind of modify the latest commit to add your new patch. So like you could keep it move and something like that. Then we're done. Git log. Oh wait, I'm wrong. Oh shit. Wrong command. Wrong command. Okay. Amending. Oh, I forgot. Amend doesn't have any like a show option. Okay, so that's wrong. Okay, let's change this back to low row. So you have this in git log. We have this new. That's wrong. Okay, so we in git log we have this commit. Let's see patch. So we change hello everyone, but then we want to like, oh no, it's wrong. We want to hello world. Then we do some like git amend using dash dash amend. So this will change the previous commit to like yeah, and change to one second. For example, if I don't want to do stuff, do that, and then we then oh I forgot to stage this. Mm, mm, mm. restore this thing. This went pretty bad. Let's just push this commit. I don't know. Change this to everyone. And for example, you want to add some stuff like do stuff. Then we're going to git add this hello file, then git commit, amend, and amend the file. Add some new stuff. Save this file. And then as you can see, we have some kind of diversion between the other branch. Because we've modified the topmost commit, our commits don't match. So let's make a new. So in the server we have something like this. A we change C to be D. I mean, wrong character to be D. And so it doesn't match. We can either pull from the repository or we can push to the remote repository. We can pull, it's like we kind of just got a change, so we could B to be C, or we can then push the remote repository to make this to be D. So log, status, that we have different commits each. You can also see git log graph to kind of, kind of see some stuff. So in here, since we have different commit from the server remote repository, we're going to push force. Because the server, we have mismatched commits, we need to really force push this thing to kind of overwrite this commit to delete it to BD, to change it to our own commit, to false. With this, we have replaced the previous commit that we wrongly did to this, to amend stuff. Maybe I could do this again so you could see it properly. So here we have this, remove all the text and some new stuff. We're going to change like hello. Okay. Add this. I'm sorry. Add and then hit commit, amend. And more stuff. This and like this we have connected with the upstream branch, going to get push force. So look at this. We change this new commit, we refresh, and it got changed. That's what amending is. It basically kind of replaces the topmost commit with your own changes. So we added this hello OK text rather than just do stuff. That's what amend is. Wow, that was long. So as you can see, we have the remote, as I mentioned, the remote repository. There's this thing called a git remote command that allows you to see your remote. So git remote, so this remote command is basically kind of like the git, like as I've said to you before, your like git is a distributed version control system where you have your source code and maybe other people have your source code. So like it's the same, it's a clone, but it has a modification from the upstream server. The server is the origin or the like kind of the where the source code came from and where you want to push and pull the code from. For example, you want to push your commit to the upstream, you'd have git to push to this URL to fetch and push. You can see that this name is origin. You could actually add more remotes by adding a new remote, like some other remote. For example, you have another team, like another source code base in another server. You can add a new other remote and then add your own one. Some, I don't know, and do something like that. But I'm not going to because I'm not. You can see the details of origin of the remote origin by using the remote show origin. You can see that when we fetch, we do this and fetch. Okay. Well, pretty simple. I forgot to mention careful. So right. Wait a bit. So for example, we have a local version that doesn't have the same commit as like the upstream. So for example, this upstream, we have this new commit, but in this our own local, we don't have that commit. We can do git pull to pull that commit from the upstream to this. See, we can have this, and we got this new commit. It's that simple. Okay. Now next we move on tagging. So in software development, uh, this is like you don't want like a version to be attached to a commit. For example, this commit hash. The users will understand they don't like what's this version like. How do we sort them together? That's what tag. So this is where tags comes in. Get tag allows you to get tag allows you to kind of tag a commit uh, with a name. For example, in this specific commit, the software has reached a version, for example, 1.0, and then another commit, maybe this version has reached 1.1, something like stuff like that. We can create tags with, I mean, it's really simple to create tags. So we can get tag and then add our message. I think I forgot. Let's see. Yeah, let's choose a different message. Okay, we can get tag, for example, in this specific commit, we can get tag, so like version 1. And as we can see, git log, tag version 1. But as you know, Git is a distributed version control system, which means that this tag only exists in our own local repository. If we want to push this tag to the origin server, we need to git push, which where we push any of this tag to the repository. We can see it in this, yeah, you press this, we're going to see this tag. You can also check that there's one tag here, and then it's version 1. This. This is uncommit this, which points to this. Really nice. So that's what get tag is. Next, let's move on to branching. Branching in in Git is actually really simple. As you might have known, Git is just a stream of commits. But the stream of commits isn't really like helpful in its own. It needs, for example, you want to add a uh, new feature, and you want to kind of separate it with the source code, but you don't want to entirely replace it. So you could do something like branching, where it's like branch. A branch is, a list of commits. It's a connected commits. So for example, you have this branch called main, the main branch. Very nice handwriting. So this main branch is like the, this lot of commits. So you can create a new branch, for example, you can diverge to create new commits called maybe topic. You could kind of diverge. So these commits don't get don't get applied to this topic branch. But this topic branch, when you kind of have your head here, it will have the source code changed to these specific commits. This branch, as you can see, in Git branch. As you can see, we only have one branch, which is the main branch. To create new branches, we can do git branch and create a new branch. For example, I want to create topic branch, and that's topic. We can move to this new branch using checkout. Now we can see that we're in the topic branch. So as you might have heard, Git is a distributed version control system, so this branch only exists in my repository. To push this branch to the upstream, you need to kind of do some stuff. So we're going to git push set upstream to new branch. Topic. Push this new branch, and yep, we made this new branch. As you can see, we have this topic branch. Currently, there's no changes that we've made in the branch. As you can see, this branch is up to date with main, which means that we could kind of start doing stuff. So here, maybe you could change the hello file to like hello topic. You can then get add hello and then commit topic. So you can just save it, git push, and we push it to topic. See, We refresh this, and we have topic. Topic is up by one commit, but main is down by one commit. So in illustration, I may have this again. So in main, we have a few commits, but in topic, we made a new branch from the latest version, the latest commit of main. This. This is the commit that we are in topic right now. In get log, we have some topic changes. But if we check out to main, we get log, we don't have the commit because main is down by one branch, but topic is up by one branch, by one commit. I mean. So, for example, this branching mechanism can be useful. For example, when you have one main branch where people are working on the main features of the app, and you want to create like a new feature, like some kind of an idea that you want to do, you want to save to the server, but you don't want to kind of get gets mixed with the original source code. So you create a new branch, for example, a new topic branch called maybe a dumb idea, something like that, like a dumb idea that I want to do that I don't want it to get mixed in main, but maybe it could work somehow. So you made a new branch of your own and continue main to get developed. So in main, for example, we have some hello. We make some stuff like hee hee, hi. Let me get add hello, git commit at hee hee. Now the current state of the branch is that the main branch is up one commit, but these heads don't match. So, for example, what if we like, oh, this is a good idea, maybe I should merge it to the main source code, mix it with this main source code because it's good, it maybe has some optimizations and stuff. We could do something with git merge. Git merge, as you can see, for example, we have some commits in master and we have some, we have diverged to a new branch with some commits applied to E, but then in the master we also have some commits. We then do git merge on the branch of where we want to merge it. So, for example, we have this main branch. We have git branch topic. Got this topic change. Check out main. We have a different commit. So since we want to maybe, oh, this topic is a good addition to main, so you merge topic. This gives us a commit message of merging, and there it is. We merge this topic changes to main. We then can push these commits to upstream, so you can see it. Boom. Yep. So in main, we have this at hee and topic changes from topic. Topic changes. So the commits from topic gets applied to main. It gets merged together. So in illustration, we would see something like this. For example, we have this kind of structure. We make a new branch commit to merge them together into one commit. So in here, we're going to safely delete our branch using branch-b. And branch is deleted, so it's normal. Right, that's pretty much what branch is. Okay, that is a lot of stuff that I've covered. I think these like branching mechanisms, these committing, this appending, this staging, all of that stuff, I think it could be really useful to you all software developers that are starting to get into this industry of programming, because Git is pretty much used everywhere. Merging, like branching and stuff is not really advanced. It's pretty basic, but it's kind of confusing at first. You need to get used to it. Don't forget, everything needs practice. You need to practice. Don't just listen to me. You need to do it on your own. Maybe play around with branches. Maybe play around with merging. What if you have some like merge conflicts? Or maybe you could try out a merging mechanism called git rebase or rebasing commits from other branches to one branch or something like that. There's a lot of more things to cover in Git, but since this is kind of merging and branches is a kind of not really like you don't really need it in like big repositories. Maybe just like little tweak like just explaining some stuff so you know them. I hope this would be useful to you. This branches thing you could use in your own projects and do whatever you own with Git, since Git is used in everywhere around the world, around in big repositories. And yeah, I guess that's all that I could present to you in this day. Thank you for listening. Uh, Thank you for listening. This uh, Git Fixes.
Okay, so thanks to Ihsan. Alhamdulillah, thank you for the explanation about the tutorial how to use Git. I hope you can use Git properly and correctly. And thank you very much. And so let's we close our webinar by reciting Hamdalah and doa kafaratul majlis. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.